In the exact middle of the Pacific Ocean, thousands of kilometers from the nearest land, there is a small, windswept piece of land. This is Rapa Nui, or as it's more commonly known, Easter Island. It is one of the most isolated, most lonely settlements on our planet. And in this loneliness, hundreds of giant figures carved from stone stand silently, looking not out to sea, but inland, as if towards the villages they once protected. They are the Moai, some 10 meters tall and weighing over 80 tons. These giants are the silent witnesses of a lost civilization. But these monuments are not only a symbol of achievement, they are also a symbol of a terrible tragedy. Rapa Nui reached the pinnacle of human creativity and genius, but then it destroyed itself. All that remains are these hundreds of massive, silent stone sentinels and unanswered, chilling questions. Who were these people? How did they build these colossal statues? How did they move them? And most importantly, what happened to them in their civilization? The journey of these immense statues begins in the island's volcanic crater, named Rano Raraku. This place was, in essence, a giant statue factory. The Rapa Nui people carved these rocks, which were composed only of volcanic tuff, using simple tools made from harder stones, known as toki. Archaeologists found hundreds of unfinished statues in this quarry. Some are still attached to the bedrock, as if the workers had just left for a momentary lunch break and never returned. The most astonishing of all is El Gigante, a massive, unfinished moai measuring 21 meters long and weighing an estimated 270 tons. This incredible statue is even heavier than the largest stone block in the Great Pyramid of Giza. So how did these people extract these statues from this volcano? But that wasn't the real impossible engineering question. The real mystery was how they transported these 80-ton giants kilometers away to the coastal platforms, the Ahu. There were no wheels on this island, no metal tools, no draft animals. The theories are quite diverse. Some say the locals rolled the statues on tree logs. This is logical, but how many trees would be needed for so many statues? Another popular theory is based on the island's oral history. It is said the statues walked. Archaeologists, using ropes and human power, tested the technique of making the statues walk upright by rocking them from side to side, and they proved it was possible. These giants perhaps truly did walk to their locations in an astonishing way. So why was such an immense effort expended? For hundreds of years, why did they carve these giants with a passion that consumed their resources? The answer begins with what these statues are not. They were not gods. They were Moai, meaning ancestor figures. According to Rapa Nui belief, deceased tribal chiefs and important ancestors attained a divine power called mana after death. This power protected the rest of the tribe, brought fertility to the land, and fish to the sea. These Moai were monuments that represented the power of those ancestors, honoring them and anchoring their power to the land. This is why they faced not the sea, but inland, towards the tribe and village they protected. However, this honoring over time turned into a deadly competition. Dozens of different clans lived on the island, and each clan tried to prove its own power and mana by erecting a larger, more magnificent moai than its neighbor. This was an unstoppable war of prestige. Even as resources dwindled, the statues continued to grow, and the ambition continued to rise. And then, at some point, everything stopped. The tools in the quarry were suddenly left where they lay. Statues that were being transported on the road were abandoned. And even worse, civil war broke out on the island. What happened to Rapa Nui is one of the most tragic lessons in human history. This competitive statue building consumed the island's most precious resource, the giant palm trees. Logs for moving the statues, fibers for making ropes, and canoes for fishing. All required trees. When the trees ran out, everything ran out. The fertile soil for crops eroded with the wind. Fishing became nearly impossible. Resource scarcity triggered a terrible war between the clans. In this war, the enemy clans found the most symbolic way to destroy each other's mana, or power. They toppled each other's ancestral statues, the Moai. When European explorers first arrived on the island, they couldn't find a single standing Moai. All of them lay face down, abandoned. This collapse was so profound that the old religion completely vanished. It was replaced by the Tangata Manu, or Birdman cult. Instead of building giant statues, the clan's warriors would now engage in a deadly race each year, leaping from a dangerous cliff into the sea to bring back the first egg of a sooty tern from a nearby islet. The winning clan's leader became the ruler for that year. This was the desperate struggle of a society depleted of its resources. The story of Rapa Nui is not just the mystery of a lost civilization. It is a microcosmos, a minimalist model of our planet, an isolated island with limited resources, just like the Earth we live on right now. The Moai are monuments that show us the incredible genius and achievement of our ancestors, but at the same time, they are a silent warning of how ambition, competition, and the reckless consumption of resources can lead a civilization to its own collapse. Today, some of those toppled giants have been restored and continue to gaze inland. Perhaps now they are watching not just their old villages, but all of humanity, and they whisper this to us. Will we learn from the mistakes of the past, or will we also consume our own resources, leaving behind only giant, silent monuments waiting to be understood? See you in another video from the Enigma Archives. If you like the video and want to keep following this kind of content, don't forget to like the video, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel.